I have been covering what I believe are some of the best ETFs for maximizing dividend income and long-term growth with an emphasis on minimizing downside risk. Now, most investors build the core of their portfolio around something like SPY or VOO. And over the last 10 years, the S&P 500 has delivered an annualized return of 14.1%, which is amazing. But as good as the S&P 500 is, it is not without its flaws. And the biggest one, of course, is its market cap weighting. You're not allocating based on value, earnings quality, or growth potential. You're allocating purely based on size. And the biggest drawbacks, apart from constant tech concentration, is the inability to mitigate risk and capture strong market momentum. So the question is, are there ETFs that can outperform the S&P 500? Not just for a year, but consistently, and without taking on more risk or over-concentrating into a specific sector. And I'm not talking 10% more per year. I'm talking single digits, something that resembles the price movement of benchmarks, but gives a slight edge to squeeze out 3 to 5% more annually. Because that level of outperformance can compound into hundreds of thousands, if not millions, over the long term. So never underestimate the power of compounding. Now, a few months ago, I covered an ETF that I believed had exactly that kind of edge. It is actively managed, and it had just gone through a major structural transformation that I thought would finally give it the recognition it deserved. And when a fund performs exceptionally well, even better than expected, that's when it catches my attention as a potential long-term hold. Year to date, despite the volatile and choppy conditions of 2026, this fund has navigated all of it while continuing to outperform the S&P 500 by a meaningful margin. And year after year, the margin has compounded into a total return of 30% outperformance relative to the S&P 500 over the last 5 years. So you can see how that edge has the potential to compound rapidly. But beyond that, since inception, the fund has showcased an exceptional ability to mitigate risk during sell-offs from the bear market of 2022 and capitalize on market momentum and recoveries far better than many growth ETFs I've come across. When you combine strong risk management with exceptional growth, you have a very powerful combination for the long term. And the craziest part is that most investors have never even heard of this ETF. Now, as mentioned, the fund has made some major changes that cause significant inflow of capital. Looking at the fund's AUM growth, it is growing parabolically. The fund has gained roughly $500 million in assets and has officially crossed the $1 billion mark. So today I want to walk you through exactly what this fund is, what changed, how it has performed across multiple market environments, and why I genuinely believe it deserves to sit at the core of a long-term growth portfolio. And this brings me to FFLC, which is the Fidelity Fundamental Large Cap Core ETF. The level at which this fund has outperformed the benchmark, cushioned downside risk, and navigated some genuinely brutal market conditions has really impressed me. So let's start with the profile so that you can get a better understanding of the ETF. FFLC was launched on June 3rd, 2020, making it just under 5 years old. It is issued by Fidelity Investments, which is one of the most well-respected asset managers on the planet. The fund currently sits at approximately $1 billion in assets under management, and the expense ratio is just 0.38%. Now, that number deserves some attention because 0.38% for a fully active, fundamentally managed large cap equity ETF is genuinely low. The category average for actively managed large cap ETFs runs meaningfully higher, like GRNY, which sits at 0.75%. So the fact that Fidelity can run this strategy at that cost is a structural advantage. The fund tends to hold 100 to 150 positions, currently sitting at around 108 holdings. The current top 10 holdings include well-known names like Nvidia at about 8.5%, Alphabet at 6.5%, Amazon, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, ExxonMobil, Boeing, and Broadcom rounding out the list. However, when you look at the fund's holdings breakdown, you start to see some major differences from the S&P 500. You'll find 5% less allocation to technology, significantly more towards industrials at about 5%, subtle differences in energy with 2% more, and a few percent less in consumer defensives and utilities. Now, since inception in June 2020, FFLC has delivered an average annual return of approximately 20% per year. That is a remarkable number for any fund benchmarked to the S&P 500, which has itself been a strong performer over that same window. And if you guys want access to these amazing tools along with in-depth fund analysis, market insights, ETF breakdowns, and more, then I highly suggest to sign up with Seeking Alpha. You guys can use my link to get $30 off their annual premium plan. Or you can also bundle Seeking Alpha's premium plan with Alpha Picks and save over $150. Alpha Picks is their exclusive stock selection portfolio powered by quant and momentum strategies, and it has delivered over 3 times the total return of the S&P 500 since inception. I personally use Alpha Picks, and it is one of the smartest ways to supercharge your portfolio. Now, of course, past performance is not a guarantee of future results, and this is not financial advice. But here's the thing, the S&P 500 is the benchmark, and FFLC hasn't just been keeping pace with it, it has been consistently beating it. Over the last year, the fund has returned approximately 32% on a total return basis, outperforming the S&P 500 by almost 5%. Over the last 3 years, FFLC has outperformed by almost 10%. And over a 5-year window, FFLC has delivered approximately 110%, crushing the benchmark S&P 500 by over 30%. And since inception, the gap widens even further, returning over 180% versus the S&P 500's 130%. That is over 50% outperformance. And remember, this is without any leverage options or exotic instruments, just pure active stock selection. Now, I want to walk you through a few specific market environments, stress tests to understand what this fund is truly made of. The first real stress test was the 2022 bear market. The S&P 500 declined roughly 20%. Growth stocks got absolutely crushed, the Nasdaq fell significantly harder, and funds with heavy tech exposure, which FFLC has, should have felt that. But in that environment, FFLC held up much better than you would expect, losing only 1%. That is better than most dividend funds like SCHD, which is incredible. The recovery that followed is equally important. As we know, the strongest performing funds in 2022 were the weakest to recover the following year. That's why dividend ETFs fundamentally lagged the overall market by so much. But that was not the case for FFLC. Coming out of the 2022 lows and into 2023 and 2024, FFLC participated aggressively in the bull market that followed. Not only did it track the S&P 500, but it managed to outperform it as well. This is a pattern I always look for in an active fund. Can it limit the damage on the way down and then actually participate on the way back up? That is the hardest thing to do in portfolio management. FFLC has done both so far. And then there's 2026, which has been very volatile. And so far, FFLC has continued to pull ahead, outperforming by roughly 3%. Now, before we get into the investment process, I need to tell you about the strategy change. And it is the reason most investors haven't heard of this fund until recently. Before February 26, 2024, this fund did not exist under the name FFLC. It operated under a completely different ticker, FMIL. The Fidelity New Millennium ETF, and the reason it flew under the radar was because it was a semi-transparent ETF. What does that mean? A standard ETF is fully transparent, meaning any retail investor, any institution can see exactly what the fund holds on any given day. But most importantly, it is what allows market makers to price the fund accurately. A semi-transparent ETF restricts that daily disclosure. Only authorized participants could see the full holdings. Regular investors could only see the portfolio on a 3-month lag, and that structural limitation held back retail investors. As a result, FMIL's assets under management stayed low despite having a genuinely strong underlying strategy. But in February 2024, Fidelity rebranded the fund as FFLC. They lowered the fees and relaunched it as a fully transparent, actively managed ETF. And that decision changed everything. So how does the fund work? FFLC invests in large cap companies and uses what Fidelity describes as a hybrid fundamental and systematic strategy. In simple terms, rather than relying on a single portfolio manager's view of the world, the fund aggregates the highest conviction investment ideas from multiple Fidelity portfolio managers across different styles, sectors, and market cap specializations. Those ideas are then run through a quantitative portfolio construction process. So what you're getting is an ETF that picks stocks through a systematic model designed to maximize risk-adjusted returns. And what I love about the fund is that it blends growth and value characteristics. It tilts towards companies with strong earnings momentum, quality balance sheets, and attractive valuations relative to their growth rates. Now, no ETF is perfect, and there's one thing worth keeping in mind, and that is concentration. Despite holding over 100 names, the top 10 positions make up roughly 40% of the fund's assets. If you are building a long-term growth portfolio and you want something that goes beyond simply holding the index, FFLC is one of the most compelling options I have come across so far. And that is all for this one. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. Discussions of ETFs, investing strategies, market updates, or specific funds are general, not tailored to your financial situation, and should not be relied upon for decision-making. Investing involves significant risks, including total loss of principal, and past performance does not guarantee future results. I am not a registered financial advisor. My content reflects personal research and publicly available information. I may earn affiliate commissions from mentioned products or links disclosed per FTC guidelines, but these do not influence my opinions. Always consult a licensed financial professional and verify information independently. By watching this, you agree I am not liable for any losses or consequences from your actions. International viewers should consult local regulations.